Ready to take your adventures to new heights? Unleash your inner adventurer and conquer the vertical world of rock climbing? Get ready to defy gravity, push your limits, and experience the exhilarating thrill of rock climbing. Don't miss this chance to hone your skills and embark on a journey of self-discovery. Let's climb to new heights together. I've been rock climbing for around a year and have done lots of research on the equipment and technique needed to climb both safely and well. So in order to become a great rock climber, you have to learn the fundamental aspects of climbing, encompassing the types of climbing, proper equipment, and correct climbing techniques. I hope for you to be able to climb beginner level walls after watching this video. The most basic thing to know about climbing are there 3 different types. These types are bouldering, top rope, and lead climbing. According to switchbacktravel.com, these are what the 3 types of climbing are. Bouldering walls are the walls with no ropes or clips. And bouldering is one of the most popular disciplines out of all of them in climbing. Bouldering is unique because the only gear you need for it is shoes and chalk. And finally, bouldering is the purest form of climbing. There's no ropes, no belayers, it is just you and the rock. Many people are drawn to that freedom of unencumbered movement. The tall walls with the ropes on them are top roping walls. That is to say, you start out with the rope pre-placed on top. Top roping, arguably, is the safest kind of climbing and a great place to start as a beginner. The tall walls with no ropes on them are for lead climbing. Lead climbing is an advanced form of climbing that requires knowledge and technical expertise, and also involves greater risk than top roping. In lead climbing, you start with the rope on the ground, and as you climb up the wall, you clip the rope to metal clips hanging every 5 to 10 feet. The thrill of possible falls is exhilarating, but the danger can be very real. If you want to lead climb, consider taking a class at the gym or finding a mentor. Before you start climbing, you have to get the right equipment. Having proper equipment when climbing is extremely important, not only for better performance, but also to ensure your safety. The main pieces of equipment that you will need to do every discipline of climbing are shoes, a harness, chalk, and a carabiner. Having the right shoes when climbing is very important because they allow you to properly grip the footholds. Next most important piece of equipment is a harness, because you can't climb top rope or lead without it. Harnesses support your weight when you fall so you don't get injured by keeping you in the air. Chalk is also extremely important for performance when climbing. When you are climbing, applying chalk to your hands increases your grip on the hold by an incredible amount. According to OutdoorGearLab.com, these are all of the best all-around products for each piece of equipment. The best shoes are the La Sportiva Katana laces. The best chalk is the Black Diamond White Gold, and the best harness is the Arc'teryx Sequence. Now that we have gone over the types of climbing and the equipment needed to do these types of climbing, we can now get into how to actually climb the wall. The most basic technique in climbing is using opposite arms and feet to climb the wall. For example, when you grab a hold above you with your left arm, you want to follow that up with bringing your right foot to a higher hold. When you are reaching for the next hold, having support from your other arm and a foot opposite from that arm is much more physically sound, and it makes it so your support beam crosses your center of gravity. This makes it much easier to be stable and to generate power while on the wall. Doing this in repetition is the basic format you try to follow when climbing. Now I'll give you some of the tips that Ray.com recommends for beginning climbers. Some general tips for you to use when climbing are straightening out your arms. Doing this will allow your skeleton to take a majority of the weight instead of your muscles, making your arms a lot less fatigued over time. Pushing your hips towards the wall moves most of the weight to be over your feet, which allows you to straighten your arms and be more stable. Using your eyes effectively during your climb is essential to becoming better. While climbing, you need to constantly scan around you and see where you can put your hands and feet in the upcoming moves. Next, if you have an opportunity to rest, you should take it. When your muscles are less tired, you can use more power in your coming moves. Probably the most important aspect of climbing is using your feet, which is our foundation of climbing. Because your legs and feet are so much stronger than your arms, using them correctly is the best way to climb efficiently. One technique that you should avoid doing is using your arms to pull yourself up the wall quickly. Doing this will result in being tired and falling down lots of the time. Think about using your feet as if you were on a ladder. You don't use your arms to pull yourself up. You step up with your feet instead. Here are some specific things you can do with your feet to utilize them properly. Keep your feet directly below you in order to have better balance while on the wall. Before you climb, think about where you will place your feet, and while you are climbing, keep an eye out for places to put your feet below you. When you place your foot down on a hold, keep it there. Don't move your foot around after setting it down, or else you'll end up losing your balance most of the time. After using your feet, balancing on the wall is the next most important thing you need to get down. On beginner level routes, maintaining good balance is very easy, but when you have to move all around, balancing becomes a major issue. When pulling with your arms, make sure to press one of your feet in the opposite direction of the force of the pull. Doing this will equal out the forces on your body, causing it to become stable as you make a move. Leaning over and using your body weight to stabilize yourself helps a lot when your body starts to go sideways. Learning the fundamental aspects of rock climbing, such as the proper equipment, correct techniques, and types of climbing, are important to becoming a great rock climber. After watching this video, I hope that you can know where to start in your climbing journeys and continue to grow your technique and climbing ability as you go.